for joining me for another technique video. This month I wanted to show you how I made this Groger, which is a Jewish noisemaker. It's used to help celebrate Purim, which is a Jewish holiday that's celebrated in February. Purim is one of the midwinter festivals like Mardi Gras and is a wild and wacky celebration that celebrates God saving the Jews in ancient Persia. When reading the Megillah, the story of Purim and Temple, we use noisemakers whenever the villain Haman's name is spoken to blot out his name. I'm also going to show you how I made this background here using an old technique called Joseph's coat. So let's get started. The first thing you want to do is you want to take a piece of glossy white cardstock and we're going to print out a template, which I will have a link to at the end of the video. And you print out the template, you put it on the back side of the glossy white cardstock, and then cut around it. When you're done with that, you go ahead and take the template off and flip the piece over to the glossy side. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to take a Kaleidocolor pad, and I am using one called Calypso. And you want to go ahead and take a brayer, and you just want to ink it up like that, and go ahead and brayer on your color onto the glossy side, just like that. And then go ahead and go back and get some more, and you just want to keep brayering on your color until you get good coverage. So that looks pretty good there. Okay. So now what I want to do is you want to take a stamp, and line stamps usually work best for this technique, and the one I'm using today is the Star of David from the Paper Tray Mazel Tov edition set. And I'm going to go ahead and actually, first thing I forgot is I'm going to just take my embossing buddy and I'm just going to run it over there so that it'll help us when we emboss this. So go ahead and go ahead and ink up your stamp with Versamark. And then you just want to stamp it in a random pattern onto the onto this piece here, and just keep stamping it like so until you're happy with coverage. Okay, and the next thing we want to do is we're going to go ahead and emboss these stars with some clear embossing powder. Let's go ahead and pour it over, just like that. And then go ahead and go from the back and just kind of flick off the excess, just like that. And we're going to go ahead and emboss it with the heat gun. Oh, just plug it in real quick. Okay. All right. So now that they're embossed, we want to go ahead and take another brayer and a dye-based ink, and this time I'm using the Adirondack Denim. And I'm just going to go ahead and put another piece of paper underneath, and let's ink up this brayer. And then you're going to go ahead and brayer your dark colored ink over your embossed images. And you will see, I know right now it doesn't look very good, but you will see once we get all of the colored parts covered with the dark ink, you will begin to see our embossed images pop out, and the color is going to show through them, which is really, really cool. And just go ahead and keep covering it until you get it all covered well. That looks pretty good. And then the next thing you're going to do, we're going to go ahead and take a piece of paper towel and you're just going to wipe off the excess ink from your embossed images. And you will see how the color just pops. Just like that. I'm going to come a little closer so you guys can see. You can see it better. Isn't that cool? Okay, so now I'm going to back it back up and I'm going to show you how to put the box together. So now that we scored the lines on the box, we're going to go ahead and we're going to fold it on all the score lines. And you should be able to see where you need to fold it. And I'm using score tape to put my box together. Any kind of sticky tape will do. And you just want to put a piece on each end here. And let me get another piece. Put on the other end. Right here. And then just go ahead and pull out the backing. Just like that. Got it? And then just go ahead and tape these sides together. Like that. And then we're going to do that side. And then the next thing you want to do is you want to fill this inside with rice or beans, whatever you have available. And then go ahead and put another piece of tape on here. And go ahead and fold it shut. And then the next thing you will be doing is I'm using this piece here. I think I got it from Hobby Lobby. I think it's just like a craft stick or something, a plant stick maybe, but you can also use a pencil. And then just go ahead and, hopefully you can see this, just thread it up through the holes, like so. Just like that. Just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you the other one again, the finished one, the original one. What I did is I went ahead and added 2 little pom-poms on each end with hot glue. And if you don't want it to move, go ahead and hot glue it down onto the box so that when you shake it, it's going to stay together. But sometimes, or actually in the past when I used them as a kid, I remember them being able to spin around. And if you want yours to spin around, then don't glue the pom-pom to the box. So anyways, that's it. Oh yeah, and I also added the Happy Purim saying. This was also from the Mazel Tov set. Just stamped it on a piece of white cardstock, punched it out, and then added it to a yellow scallop piece. So that's it. I hope you have enjoyed learning a little bit more about Purim and what we use to help celebrate it. Also, if you want to do this, you can also do this technique for lots of other occasions as well with different images. So that's it. I will have a supply list and the link to that template at the end of the video. If you have any questions, let me know. And thanks again for joining me, and I hope you'll come back again next month for another technique video then.